In 2015, a deep-sea camera caught something moving past the lens. It was there for exactly 4 seconds. Then it was just gone. The footage still hasn't been explained. We'll get to that footage at the very end. But first, 9 other things filmed in the deep ocean that genuinely broke the internet. Every single clip in this video is real footage, no CGI, no reenactments. These are documented deep-sea recordings that scientists themselves still argue about. Stick around for number 1, it's the strangest one on this entire list. If deep-sea mysteries are your thing, hit subscribe now. Let's dive in. Number 10. In 1997, underwater microphones picked up a sound so loud, it was detected from 5,000 kilometers away. Scientists nicknamed it the Bloop. Based on the sound's profile, it resembled something biological. But it was far louder than any known animal on Earth could produce. For years, this fueled theories about an undiscovered giant creature living in the deep Pacific. In 2005, researchers finally matched the sound to cracking Antarctic ice. Case closed, officially. But some researchers still aren't fully convinced the ice explanation covers every detail of the recording. Number 9. That same year, hydrophones picked up another strange sound. This one they called Julia. It lasted about 15 minutes and moved steadily across the entire ocean basin. The pattern resembled a large iceberg scraping along the seafloor. This explanation is widely accepted by most oceanographers today. But the exact iceberg responsible has never been definitively identified. Which means the theory is strong, but technically still unconfirmed. Number 8. In 2016, a research vessel filmed a creature so pale, so alien-looking, that the footage went viral within hours. It was a ghost shark, a species so rarely filmed alive. This was one of the first clear videos ever recorded. What made it strange wasn't just its appearance, it was filmed at a depth where scientists didn't expect this species to exist. This single piece of footage quietly expanded what marine biologists knew about the species' entire range. Researchers still don't fully understand why it was so far outside its expected zone. Number 7. In 2001, a deep-sea camera off the coast of California captured a massive red squid, far larger than anything expected in that location. It appeared to be an entirely undocumented squid species, one nobody had ever formally described before. Multiple follow-up expeditions were launched specifically trying to find and film it again. To this day, it has only been captured on camera a small handful of times. Its full behavior, its exact population, and even its complete size range remain almost entirely unknown. We're 4 clips in, 6 left, and they get significantly weirder from here. If you're hooked already, subscribe now before we go deeper. Let's keep going. Number 6. In 2011, a deep-sea drone exploring the Mariana Trench captured footage that its own operators found genuinely unsettling. For a few seconds, a rock formation on the trench wall appeared to resemble a symmetrical, face-like pattern. This is almost certainly pareidolia, the brain's tendency to find familiar patterns, like faces, in random shapes. Geologists confirmed the formation is entirely natural, just an unusual erosion pattern in the rock. But the footage still spread rapidly online, with thousands of people convinced it looked too precise to be random. It's a good reminder that even a fully explained mystery can still feel genuinely eerie on camera. Number 5. In 2012, a submersible camera off the coast of Greece filmed several glowing spheres moving in perfect formation. They moved in unison, changed direction together, and pulsed with light in an oddly rhythmic pattern. Marine biologists believe this was likely a school of small bioluminescent jellyfish or siphonophores moving together. This is a completely normal, if visually stunning, natural behavior for certain deep-sea organisms. What made this particular footage stand out was the unusually large size of the spheres compared to known jellyfish species. Nobody has been able to definitively match the footage to a single known species with complete confidence. Number 4. In 1998, sensitive hydrophones in the North Atlantic recorded a sound so unusual, it was classified separately from every other known ocean sound. Researchers nicknamed it the scream because of its rising, almost vocal-sounding pitch. Unlike the bloop, this sound has never been fully matched to ice movement, seismic activity, or any known marine animal call. It was recorded only a handful of times before it simply stopped appearing entirely. Some researchers speculate it could be an extremely rare geological event that simply hasn't repeated since. Others believe it may still be an unidentified deep-sea creature, simply too rare to have been recorded again. Nearly 30 years later, both theories remain equally plausible and equally unproven. Number 3. In 2019, a manned submersible reaching the very bottom of the Challenger Deep, the deepest known point on Earth, filmed something the pilot didn't expect. At nearly 11 kilometers down, in complete darkness, the external camera captured small points of light moving independently across the seafloor. At this depth, almost nothing was expected to be biologically active enough to produce visible light at all. The pilot described it later as looking like a tiny, scattered city glowing quietly in complete blackness. Marine biologists believe these were likely bioluminescent organisms reacting to the submersible's presence and lights. But the exact species responsible, at that specific extreme depth, has never been formally identified or collected. This means one of the most extreme environments on the entire planet is quietly home to life we still haven't even properly named. Number 2. In 2003, a naval sonar operator recorded something that briefly appeared as a massive, solid structure spanning several kilometers. For roughly 2 minutes, the sonar returned a signature consistent with a solid, continuous wall-like formation. Then, just as suddenly, the signal returned to normal seafloor readings, as if the structure had simply never been there. The most likely explanation is a temporary sonar artifact, a technical glitch caused by water density layers or interference. This kind of sonar artifact has been documented before in other naval recordings, which supports this explanation. But the operator on duty that day maintains the readout looked nothing like any equipment error he'd seen before or since. The full recording remains partially classified, which has done absolutely nothing to calm the speculation around it. And now, number 1, let's finally go back to where we started. That deep-sea camera, the 4-second clip, the shape that appeared, then simply vanished. This footage came from a 2015 research expedition studying hydrothermal vents nearly 3,000 meters down. The shape briefly visible in the frame was long, dark, and moved with a fluid, deliberate motion unlike drifting debris. The research team reviewed the footage frame by frame and genuinely could not identify it as any known species, equipment, or debris. Their official report listed the object simply as unidentified, a rare admission for a peer-reviewed scientific publication. Some researchers believe it could be a rarely documented species of deep-sea eel or ray, others aren't convinced. Nearly a decade later, that 4-second clip remains exactly what it was the day it was recorded. Real, documented, and still, officially, unexplained. 10 pieces of footage, a sound louder than anything that should exist. A moving iceberg nobody's ever actually found. A ghost shark filmed somewhere it wasn't supposed to be. A massive red squid nobody's fully documented since. A rock that looked disturbingly like a face. Glowing spheres moving information nobody's fully matched to a species. A scream from the Atlantic that never repeated. Tiny lights glowing at the very bottom of the entire ocean. A wall on sonar that vanished in 2 minutes. And a 4-second shadow that started this entire video. 10 clips, 10 moments where real cameras caught something real scientists still can't fully explain. And here's the actual wild part. We've explored less than 5% of the entire ocean floor. Every single one of these clips came from that tiny 5%. Which means whatever's actually down there, in the part we haven't even looked at yet, is still completely unknown. If this genuinely fascinated you, subscribe now, because next week we're covering 10 more clips, and some of them are even harder to explain. Comment below which one of these 10 would you actually want explained first? Comment below which one of these 10 would you actually want explained first?